Hey girl, hey, welcome back to my channel. It's your girl Misha. Thank you guys for joining me yet again for another review. We are back with a brand new review for Love and Marriage Huntsville, Season 5, Episode 4. If you are new here, then welcome. I give lighthearted reviews with a little bit of laughter and a little bit of shade and a whole lot of detail. If you're back for a second or third time, then welcome back. Y'all, please don't hesitate to like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. Share with a friend. Hit that notification bell so that you will be updated each and every time I upload a video. Now, y'all, let's get into it if we're going to get into it, y'all, because, I mean, they are dragging on. Can we get to the melee or not? Okay, let's just get to it, honey. Y'all been played it all out over social media. You had us waiting with bated breath all the way up until September 10th, and we are now on October 1st, and it's still nothing. So, child, let's get into it. When the episode first opens up, Tisha and Marcel are on their way to check on Scott Manor. It's giving nothing, okay? What do you see when you see Scott Manor? Nothing but sticks and rocks. Oh, child, shout out to Nene, honey. So Tisha is excited that they're going to get started, honey. She thinking they finna build the mansion overnight. Marceau is like, slow down, low down, okay? He's stopping her at every turn. He's trying to explain to her with the panorama, switching architects. It's gonna take a little longer. So Tisha was like, dang, I mean, we've been working on this since forever. So they show us 2019. We are now in 2022 on our way to 2023. It's giving Chateau Charade. So Tisha is telling Marceau that, you know, she told her mom that she was going to invest in the food truck. He, along with the entire rest of America, don't feel like it's a wise choice because Miss Wanda doesn't have a truck that actually runs. Now, Tisha, I love that you are going to support Miss Wanda's show enough baked potato down to Alabama. I am so proud of you. But Miss Wanda does not have a solid business plan. She does not have a vehicle that can pass an inspection. I don't want to eat nothing out the back of that truck, honey. It's giving disgusting. It's giving everything but the kitchen sink. And I don't like it. Okay? So I feel like Miss Wanda needs to go back to the drawing board, get something a little bit more concrete, and then maybe Marceau will believe in it more and want to invest. But we all know he gonna invest anyway, child. Moving forward. So Tisha was like, well, I mean, she said she got a battery and drove it around the community. Girl, you know Miss Wanda ain't drove Fred Sanford's junk truck around no community. Dun 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 it. Dun 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 it, dun it, dun it, dun dun it. Girl, you know that woman ain't rode that truck around no community. Girl, goodbye. So Marceau is like, well, I bet you $100 that truck ain't moved. I bet you $100 and raise you $200 that truck ain't moved. That truck didn't move when y'all went to it. She was like, oh, okay, so how about we bet that Martell hasn't changed? So she mad because he's positive about Martell, but he not positive about her mama. So Marceau feels like Martell is a good guy at his core, and she reminds him about the 20 women's and him trying to destroy her marriage. If I hear destroy our marriage one more time, I am going to explode. I do not want to hear that again. It's been 4 years. 4, and we keep having to hear about this man trying to destroy that marriage. But I have to say she has a point though, because I wouldn't want him around me and mine. I would not want him around me and mine either. But your husband is keeping his enemies closer. Martell knows where the bodies are buried. He know where all them heifers at. That's the reason why Marceau wants to keep him close, allegedly, and he ain't fooling me. So Marceau said, you know, I feel like he's worth giving a chance. So Tisha says that she's going to speak to Martell one-on-one because she ain't sold. We'll see how this goes, honey, because Tisha holds all the cards. So if she ain't with it, it's a no-go. In the next scene, Martell is meeting with Melnika at this lot where he's building his house, right? And child, it's probably a random lot. Where's the builder's license, honey? Show me the Carfax. Child, I don't trust nothing about hotel. Where is the license? Where is your scooter, honey? Show me the license. So they meeting at this lot, right? And he wants to tell her about the rumor that's going around and also talk to her about this whole wine thing that they got going on in Alabama. So he was like, listen, Mel has done some great rebranding for me, and I don't want this rumor to get in the way. I don't want her husband thinking it's something when it really ain't nothing. So they standing over here by this car, right? And he's telling her that Destiny told him that Kimmy said that Mel said that they were sleeping together. She's like, I work with you professionally. I've never had an issue with Mel. Okay, she's been around me. She's spoken at my events. But all I'm going to say is this. Hurt people hurt people. Ma'am, you're not saying anything. Okay? Is you or is you ain't? Bust it wide open, then I tell her bring it back. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just playing, y'all. Don't lose your mind in the comments, okay? This ain't nothing but an old toxic show that brings out toxic personalities that divides the United States, okay? So I'm just trying to bring a little bit of laughter and a little bit of shade, okay? So if you don't like a little bit of laughter, honey, then this ain't the channel for you. So anyway, did y'all sleep together or not, honey? That's what I want to know. She was like, I don't think that it's fair for my husband to have to question my working relationship with you. To me, now I don't know now, okay? Because it gets a little blurry a little bit later. At first, I was like, you know what? This appears to just be gossip. But my thing is this, okay? When you are married to a slime bucket that constantly cheats, you think he's sleeping with everybody he encounters. I'm telling you firsthand, honey, you just think like, girl, you probably sleeping with him too. And you, and another one, thank you. Honey, it's just like you feel like they sleeping with them all. Kimmy should have never repeated that. Her or Destiny. It's just all messy. Okay, everybody messy down to their core. Mel messy, Destiny messy, Kimmy messy, Tisha messy, Marceau messy, Maurice messy. Messy, messy, messy. Okay, it should be called Messy Marriage Huntsville. Moving forward. So they start reliving why she quit when she was planning their wedding. She was like, I quit months in advance. It was not 2 weeks. Here go Martell. Yeah, because you quit, right? Oh, okay. So now all of a sudden you remember that she quit. But when you were sitting with Destiny, I don't know nothing about her quitting. I don't know nothing about... You just kill me. It's like you have convenient amnesia. So she was like, yeah, I was trying to talk to her. And also, you were talking to my assistant. And Mel came in there asking us who wanted you when she was the only one that wanted you. And I did quit, but I let my mama take over. But baby, then he says... If we haven't been sexual since high school, then why we gonna be sexual now that you married? Hold him up, swallow him up. So you had a woman you slept with prior planning your wedding, and Mel wasn't supposed to feel no type of way and go in there and see what's happening and see if she needs to set the place off? Baby, this a whole fool. This is a whole fool. Last season, or season 1.2, well, child, I don't know how they got these seasons going. Last season, I felt like, I'm like, you know what they saying? They friends from high school and whatnot. They probably did something back in high school. Now, Martell can't hold water. So the fact that he just slid that on in, we had sex in high school, but that don't mean we're doing it now. It don't. But then she was like, who cares? You like cheating. Like, I don't want to sleep with you, but they can't check for me for whoever I sleep with. Child, something ain't right. Something ain't right, and I'm gonna leave it at that. I'm gonna just leave it at that. Martell is like, oh, you don't? She's like, dude, you make trouble and you make babies. I don't want you. He said, oh, but you cheated too. Here she go. I don't recall. Oh, no, ma'am, honey. If it's one thing Martell gonna do, he gonna out everybody else's indiscretions because he is not about to go down with the ship by himself. If he going down, everybody else going down with him. And now I don't trust either one of you. I never really did trust either one of you. Then Mel said that, and I was like, oh, girl, I knew I was right. But then I ain't just want to put that on Melnica. But the fact that she tried to sit here and act like her and Martell just knew each other from third period, baby, it's a whole fool. Moving forward. In the next scene, Mel is at home cleaning, and so they sit down and they talking, right? And so she tells her that she saw the interview that she did. She was kind of in and out, but Miss Van was really just putting it all out there. So Mel in her confessional said, her mom did an interview and she likes the fact that Miss Van is getting the spotlight, so she can shine and get her judge. But she hates that she has to defend her so much. But she feels like she's doing what any mom would do, and that would be to defend their baby. So it's like everybody just needs to stay to themselves, honey. So then she brings up the post that Miss Van made with the Team Wife shirt. And she was like, well, I wasn't trying to drag you in mess. I felt like it was marketing. Ma'am, it wasn't marketing. It was messy. Okay. There are other ways to market. We got to just call a thing. Okay. Now I know you have your team Mel, you have your team Tisha, you have your team Destiny. You got your teams. I ain't got no team. I don't care about nobody on the cast. I'm telling you right now. But that was messy. Okay. The thing is too many people involved. The moms, all of them. Okay. Not just Miss Van. Every last one of them need to stay out of all this mess. Y'all too grown for that. Let these people fight all over social media by themselves. Now, if you feel like something is warranted for you to speak up, then that's okay. But her wearing that Team Wife shirt and her and Mel getting into it, that's what they do on reality TV. Like, girl, what? So she's like, yeah, I was being a little shady because, everybody get tired after a while. So Mel was like, yeah, I just thought it was cute, fun shade. So Miss Van is like, yeah, I always like to do classy shade. Ma'am, shade is shade and mess is mess. Okay, that's just the bottom line. She was like, yeah, everybody else does malicious shade. Mel was like, yeah, that's why I didn't care about it. I didn't care when you did it. But at what point does everybody just stop? That's the thing. Because I would be like, listen, just stay out of it. Don't even say nothing to them people. Just forget them people. Let me handle it. Because then when the mamas and everybody get involved, it just turns into a bigger mess. So then they bring up those posts that Mark made with those bottles. So Miss Vanessa said that Mark found the bottles and took that picture and sent it to her. And Mark told her that his mama had said that his next wife's name was going to be Vanessa and they would have a great marriage. And I was like, what? So she said she told Tisha about it, and Tisha was like, yeah, his mama has been saying that. And she was telling Tisha that Mark was moving too fast. So production asked Mel, who is Mark to Maurice and Marceau? She said, nope. Next question. And he ain't getting nothing out of me. And girl, we already know that's their brother, honey. You ain't even got to answer. In production, why are you asking something we already know? We know everything about these people before the season even airs. We can tell you what the season gonna be about before it even plays. Moving forward. So Miss Vanessa was like, Martell knows the truth, but for him to sit on that stage and say those things and go against me, well, obviously y'all were a little bit more than friends, Miss Van. Now, I don't know exactly what y'all were. I can't speak on that. Y'all were a little bit more than friends. Y'all are all grown, so who cares? Okay, now I know that you feel like, of course, Martell should have loyalty to you. You were his mother-in-law, you're the grandmother of his children. So of course he needs to ride for you. But we all know how Martell is. He cannot be trusted. I don't know why you surprised. This is what he does. He's a trash can. Moving forward. So Mel was like, yeah, I heard about Destiny's relaunch. This is what she said in the confessional. And I'm going to go to support, and hopefully the Scotts don't try me or my mama, or it's going to be a problem. Okay, so my thing is this. Okay, and I know I always have the unpopular opinion, but I'm going to speak my speech, honey, whether y'all like it or not. My thing is this. When Tisha showed up to your event seasons ago, she was escorted out and she was embarrassed, but she was there to support you. Or so she said. But you gonna attend this event uninvited under the guise of, I'm going to support her, knowing it's gonna be some mess? Why even show up to this? You already know it's gonna be some mess. Child, this is just a whole fool. I don't know how this gonna go, but we shall see. In the next scene, Martell and Tisha, they meet up at Black so they can discuss him buying back into Scold. So he was like, listen, I'm not going to mention Miss Wanda and what she said because Mel said that she wants to handle that. I'm just coming here to talk to her about business. So as soon as they sit down, here go old messy Tisha, being messy. How the kids? How your ex-mother-in-law? How the kids? Ma'am, you don't care nothing about what's happening. And why are you asking about Miss Vanessa? Why? Why? You don't even like her. So why are you asking how she is? Like sometimes y'all got to use y'all's thinker. Use your thinker. Why are you asking about Miss Van? So he was like, I mean, she's fine. Everybody's good. She's like, oh, okay. Well, she posted this picture of me on social media, and I just feel like I was representing for the wives. And I mean, I got them a lot of sales, and Miss Vanessa took the picture and put it on her personal page. So we all know that Martell has been invited to Destin. He don't want to mess up the co-parenting of it all, okay? He already put his foot in his mouth once, and he ain't trying to go back down that road. This is my thing. Tisha, did you invite him there to talk about business or talk about mess? Okay? Because this has nothing to do with him buying back into Scold. He's like, well, I mean, I felt like the post was positive. You didn't feel like it was, she posted you on her page, right? She was like, no. It was low-key shade, and she uses, I'm a Christian woman. I don't want to have nothing to do with the mess. So then Tisha says, so after she posted that, Marceau posted the picture that Miss Van sent to me when she was dating Mark. Okay, now somebody lying, honey. Somebody got a little lying problem. Was she dating him or were they just friends? Did he send the picture to her and she sent it to you? How did Marceau get the picture? That's what I want to know. She says she sent it to you, Tisha, to tell you that Mark is moving too fast. And you're leaving that part out. And then you went ahead and sent it to Marceau? That's crazy. So Tisha was like, yes, she would call me all the time and tell me not to tell Mr. Marceau because that's what she would call him. But I would be like, nah, that's my husband. So why didn't you honor what she asked you? See, that's why I don't be calling people with my problems, honey, because people can't be trusted. The woman was calling you to talk to you because you're with a Scott. And if she was dating Mark, allegedly, okay, because I don't know what they're doing over in Huntsville, okay, everybody lying. But if she was dating Mark, she was calling you to talk to you just like Kimmy would. And you got to run it back to Marceau? Why did Marceau need to know what y'all talked about? Tell me, look at her trying to be Scott 2.0. Tisha, stop. Y'all stop. And why do y'all still have this old picture? Child, this is just so crazy. So after all the mess, they start talking about business, right? And she's telling him that under her leadership, they went from the red to the black, and they are now a multi-million-dollar company. So he has to know that if he comes back on, it's a new sculpt. Okay, it's not the one that he left. So Martell was like, I'm cool that she's a majority shareholder, and I'm willing to take orders from a woman if need be. It's not if need be, honey. She's the leader. Like, you're Pinky and she's the brain. So either you're going to take the direction or not. And I feel like you definitely need them because Mel is gone. But a huger question would be, why do you want to work for people whose mother and mother-in-law question the paternity of your child? Martell, that's dumb. Okay, that's just flat out dumb. It is no way I'm about to rock with you, and I know that y'all have alleged some BS about my kids. Me and you, we ain't got nothing to discuss. Nothing. I don't know, child. Maybe I'm just different, honey. So she was like, well, what about the trust? He was like, well, I've never done anything for you not to trust me. So then she brings up the 20 women's. Oh, child, it's the repetitiveness for me. This is giving lamb chops. Play along, honey, is the song that doesn't end. Yes, it goes on and on, my friends. Like, gosh. Tisha, listen. If you are trying to get him to retract his statement so we can hear it, he's not. Okay? It wasn't 20 women. He over-exaggerated. We got that part. But there was a woman besides you at some point. Okay? So the message is still the same. It's just the amount of women. So she was like, I just want some reassurance. So she starts lying. And she was like, well, after this meeting, I'm going to leave it right here. I ain't buying none of it. Moving forward. Side note, Tisha, I do like how you bossed up on Martell and was sitting there like a boss. I loved it. But all the messiness beforehand, it tainted the whole meeting. But you're still a boss nonetheless. So I ain't gonna take your accolades. In the next scene, the 3 M's, they meet up. Marceau bragging about being an athlete. Sir, it's athlete. Child, not an athlete. Him and his wife gonna break up a word if they don't do nothing else, honey. Down to the event as an athlete. Ooh, child. So then Big Lou shows up. Child, I forgot all about him and Tiffany. Hey, sir. So they start, competing and trying to figure out who still got it, reminiscing about yesteryear. I used to be a football player. I used to be the quarterback in high school. Child, that was 40 years ago, honey. We have moved forward, okay? Moving forward. So they sit down and Martell starts talking about how good co-parenting is going with Mel. And so Marceau was like, well, I mean, you can't get all your love from your kids, so are you dating? So, Martell kind of looking like, am I dating? He goes, yeah, I know you went out on a date with my wife. Just know I'm going to recognize your back. I can't stand Marceau. I can't stand Marceau. Marceau, we recognized your back as well. So he was asking how it went with the meeting or whatever. And Martell told him it went well. But, Tisha got her trust issues and whatnot. So Marceau was trying to tell him how he told Tisha that, Martell was going through something extreme. So they saw the extreme parts of him. Not y'all trying to make excuse for Martell, honey. So he was like, yeah, I mean, well, people look at me and think I'm in charge, but Tisha is actually the brains behind the whole thing because she keeps me balanced. Like when I want to spend money, then she comes with budget. And then I know there are certain things that I can't afford. So Marceau was like, well, Tisha can basically be the tiebreaker. Well, here go Marceau. Well, she agreed with Martell more than she agreed with me. I do not think, or I know, okay, it's not I do not think. I know that this isn't a good idea. I just know it's not. But Maurice is happy that they finally are able to work together again. So Martell brings up the picture and Marceau is like, well, Mel and Tisha were into it. And then Miss Van posted that picture. So it was definitely shade. So I posted what I posted. So, I mean, if we want to say that, she was big up in marriage, then we could say the same thing about my post. He said if it wasn't shade, it was either petty or stupid. All y'all petty. I'm so sick of it. Every last one of y'all are petty. All the moms need to stay out of the social media mess and y'all need to stop it. So, I mean, it's just Huntsville is not big enough for this. This is crazy. So Marceau was telling them how he got the picture. It was back in the day when, Miss Van dated Mark. And he was like, yeah, she up there claiming they just friends. And I don't know why she was doing that when she was paying his child support. Oh my gosh. Oh my Lanta, honey. Not his child support. Oh, Marceau must be stopped. Oh my good. Marceau, now listen to me. When it pops off at their reunion, I don't want to hear nothing, because you put your mouth on this lady saying that she paid your brother's child support. Child, it's a low down dirty shame, okay? This is messy, messy, messy. In the next scene, it's the day of Destiny's grand opening. Shout out to Uncle Clifford down in Madani. Every time I think about this, all I think about. So she has several vendors there, and Kimmy and Maurice arrive, and I was just looking around the place, and I'm thinking to myself, baby, everybody is so dressed up to stand in this hair store. Child, this is a mess. What a music, honey. What a music and stuff. Zhuzh it up. Where's the step and repeat? Where's the food, honey? Okay, child. Let me just leave it alone. I'm proud of you, Destiny. So Melnika and Martell are talking, and Marceau and Tisha roll up while Miss Wanda is unloading her show enough food. Baby, she said she needed help. They walked right on past her and walked inside. I said, baby, it be your own family. So Marceau sees everybody else dressed up, and he's like, should I have dressed differently? Nah, I think it's fitting to stand around. I think the clothes you have on are absolutely fine. So then over on the other side, Martell asked Destiny, did you invite Mel? She was like, Mel is right here. And now you know who he talking about. So he's like, no, Melody. Melodies from heaven. Rain down on me. Did you invite Melody, girl? Not Melanie or Melanika or whatever her name is. Did you invite girl Mel? Okay, you didn't invite her? Okay. So she was like, well, anyway, do you like the black cabinets? Child, this is a mess. The answer is no. So just then, honey, Contessa shows up. Okay, crossover. Hey, Contessa. So while Contessa showing up and she talking and whatnot, baby Mel shows up in her gold G-Wagon. To be continued. Well, child, we already know how it's going to be continued because we saw it play out on social media, but I can't wait to get a front row seat to see the mess unfold. Everything has become so toxic, y'all. So please keep it light in the comments. This is one whole season leading up to this fight, and I just want them to get it over with already. But I have a question for you, Hotel. How are y'all going to be able to work together after this? Oh, you ain't got no answer? Oh, okay. And y'all comment down below and tell me exactly what you thought about this episode. What do you think about the Coke bottles, honey? Always Coca-Cola. Honey, y'all know I'm trying to get a sponsorship. What do y'all think about the Coke bottles? What do you think about, Miss Van posting the team wife shirt, Tisha being messy? It's just a whole fool, okay? Please don't hesitate to like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. And as always, stay safe, stay blessed, spread love, not germs. Peace.